Kids, don't you? Let me share with you a story. In Israel, there lived a man by the name of Zechariah. And this man had a neighbor. And the neighbor was always criticizing him on the way he educates his kids. Why? You're too tough with your kids. Let them live. Let them do what they want. Let them enjoy life. Come on, just let them. And indeed, that's the way he behaved. I, on my side, he said, was very strict with my kids. Many times I said no to them. I made them work and earn whatever they have. Whatever they wanted, they had to earn it. Well, later on in life, when I turned about 60, he says, my neighbor calls me and he complains about his kids. His kids don't care about him. He's weary, he's not strong, and it's Sukkot. It's time to build a sukkah. None of the kids has offered to build a sukkah. He can't do it himself. I heard this. So right away, I called one of his kids and offered him $100 to work for 2 hours. He said, with pleasure. Okay, go build a sukkah for your father. And indeed, that's what he did. He went to build a sukkah for his father. Unbeknownst to the father that it's the neighbor that paid $100 for the son to build a sukkah for his father. He called, the neighbor called and said, you know, after I spoke to you, my son came to build a sukkah. Maybe after all, my children do care about me. One day, Mr. Zechariah says, I had an infection in my kidney, and for a few years, I was going through dialysis. My son accompanied me to the hospital, and he said to the doctor, maybe we can have a kidney transplant. The doctor said, absolutely, this is what we need at this time, but there's so many people on the waiting list. The son said, I'll give my kidney. And I said, absolutely not. Next thing you know, I'm in my bed at home, and I hear in the kitchen a lot of noise, shouting. And I overhear my kids are arguing on who is going to give me a kidney. I could not believe it. Eventually, it went to the extent where my kids went to the rabbinical court in order to argue on who is going to be giving the kidney to his father. Thank God I had a kidney transplant. And my older son is the one that was worthy of giving me his kidney. But I asked my children, I don't understand. I've always been so strict with you. I've never given in to you. Our neighbor has always been permissive. Whatever the kids wanted, he did everything for the kids. He worked all his life to save up in order to pay for their weddings. He took care of them in such a way. And I, on the other hand, was the tough disciplinarian. Why in the world doesn't he have his kids take care of him, and my kids are fighting on how to help me? How did I merit such a thing? The kids told him, Daddy, you cared about us. To give everything to a child, King Solomon says, Chosech beno, chosech shifto, soneh beno. The person that doesn't discipline his child, he doesn't really care about his child. When you care, you know to say no. So if you care about your child, don't give him everything. Make him earn it. Stop rewarding the grades. Start rewarding the effort. Make them work, make them earn what they have in order that you will earn their respect and love.